Before we start today's episode, I want to share with you a new site that I was recently introduced to that talks all about cryptocurrencies. And the site is called Prime XBT. And what it is in a nutshell is it's a cryptocurrency management site. It allows you to buy and manage your cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum or Tether and much more. And when looking over the site, what really stood out to me was how easy it was to use. You see, the site allows for debit or credit card transfers. So once you connect all that, all you literally have to do is go to the site, click buy crypto, choose your payment currency and your payment method, and that's pretty much it. You're then able to buy your crypto right there. It shows up right there in your account, and then you're able to manage it as well. You can trade with it. You can even use it as your crypto wallet for if you're purchasing online. You can do it all from this one site. Overall, if you're somebody like me who isn't really educated very much in the area of cryptocurrencies, using a site like this can make things a lot easier. So if you're interested, check them out. I will put a link in the description along with a coupon code that can actually get you a $7,000 bonus. So I highly recommend you check them out if you're interested. Now though, on to today's episode. What is happening, guys? Mike here. Welcome back to the channel. It's awesome to is it see you when I'm on the camera versus my other videos when it's just a voiceover? Is it good to see you? I kind of picture it that way anyway, so I'm gonna say it's good to see you. I am doing this quick video to give you guys kind of an update on my testosterone treatment. Now, if you're new, welcome. Hit the subscribe button for me. I really appreciate that, by the way. Hit the button. Super big help. But if you are new, a long while back, lot longer than I even realized, I uploaded a video about me being testosterone deficient. I found out that I stopped producing testosterone. It was a big deal for me. If you go back and watch that video, it talks a lot about the struggles that I was experiencing. And since then, I have not only been undergoing treatment that I want to give you guys an update on today, but I've also heard from quite a few people. I mean, I'm hearing about it and seeing it pop up a lot more, which is, you know, it's cool that in one sense that I'm not alone, that there's a lot of people out there experiencing this, you know, but it's also, you know, it is somewhat sad that a lot of people are being affected by this. So I figure what I can do is share my experience with anyone out there that's experiencing the same thing or something similar, or maybe I'll inspire somebody else to get tested and some of the stuff that they're struggling with that could be attributed to testosterone deficiency. You might not even know that you're low or need some assistance. You know, that was me. That was where I started. If you go back and watch that video, I was struggling a lot, and then, you know, then I found out that I just wasn't producing testosterone. I jumped on the treatment, which is kind of where this video picks up. You know, what have I been doing since that video? So I have been getting a lot of treatment. I started going to a men's clinic. Now, the first thing I want to do is answer a few questions that's been thrown my way and clear up a couple assumptions here. I've been asked a lot, you know, could you have just fixed this yourself by diet and exercise? Yes, work out, exercise. You're not going to find a doctor that's not going to tell you, you know, hey, exercise as much as you can. But in my case, my testosterone was so low, exercising wasn't going to fix it. I needed treatment, and that's actually the way it is for a lot of people. So just kind of throwing that blanket term on there doesn't really apply. The other things that doesn't really apply to this is some of those comments like, oh, you can't get it up, you know, or you're automatically having sexual side effects if you're low on your testosterone. I never actually experienced any of that, not to get too personal, but in between the video that I posted and, you know, shortly after, when I started the actual treatment and I got onto the clinic that I'm at now and been at for, you know, close to 2 years now. I think it's actually right at 2 years. The thing that I noticed after all the side effects that I outlined in that video actually was my wife and I were struggling to get pregnant. We weren't sure if it was me, is it her? You know, it's one of us, obviously. So what's the problem here? He had that conversation with me, which I'm really glad he did, because he found out that, you know, part of my treatment, if having kids is something that was part of my goal, then it needed to be reflected in my treatment. And so within a couple of months, of starting this new treatment, my wife and I were able to get pregnant. I talked about it briefly on the channel. You know, my wife and I are having a baby. It was our daughter Amelia. She was born December of 2020, and she's very healthy. Everything's great with her. She's an amazing little girl. And so that was one of the biggest changes, immediate changes that I saw with my treatment. The second thing that I noticed was like some insane body changes. It's hard to, like, I felt at one point, and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not speaking scientifically, but like, I felt like I was going through puberty again. You know, like, I swear my voice sounded, it just sounded different. I was growing hair on my shoulder, like full on teen wolfing out. It just, everything was weird feeling. I kind of started to feel like I could do more, I could lift more, I could run more, I could move more. You know, that's kind of what I started to feel like I could do. And so I have just seen physically and mentally a lot of changes and a lot of improvement, and I have to credit that to my treatment. Now, what I've been doing past couple years, I've been going to a male dedicated clinic. So this is a clinic that deals with men having these types of issues. And what that looks like for me is weekly, once a week, I go into the clinic and they take my vitals. They ask me how I'm feeling. You know, the doctor, you know, talks with me, make sure I'm doing all right, all things like that. And then I get a shot of testosterone. And then now I get one pill of Clomid. It's Clomid, and then I get an Astrozole, which is an estrogen blocker. Now, I had to learn the hard way in the beginning of my treatment that when you introduce testosterone, your estrogen comes to match it, which is not good for men. You know, I'm a nobody from Nebraska. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not, you know, able to explain things scientifically. But in talking with my doctor and feeling the side effects, having too much estrogen for me and most men, not good. I did not get as far down the road into it as getting gynecomastia or anything like that, which is basically another word for man boobs. I did not get that. I was checked a couple of times, actually. What I felt was more like mood related and energy related, and there were some other things too. And so that was something that I was educated on when I started going to this clinic, and everything changed for me when I went to this clinic. I learned not only about, you know, the stuff that led to us having our child, but I learned about the estrogen. I learned about things like peptides, you know, that you can introduce into your routine to help with a lot of different things. But going back to my treatment, so I get the injection of testosterone, I get the injection of Clomid, which I want to pause on that for a second. I have only been on the Clomid for about 2 months. Prior to that, I was on an injection drug called HCG. And so I got that with my testosterone, and I actually get the testosterone twice a week. So I get one injection on Tuesday, and then on Fridays, my wife at home helps me out, gives me my injection in my shoulder. There, you can see it here. This one was a particularly bloody one. You know, they don't always bleed like that, but that, you know, I'll cover that up for you guys. That's a little gross. But you know, my wife was nice enough to help me with that on Fridays. So, and with the injection comes the other drugs. And up until about 2 months ago, I got an injection called HCG, which I think basically does right around the same thing as the Clomid does in this sense. They switched me. The doctors just, they recommended I switch to Clomid. I trust their opinion, so I did that. But to sum it all up, I get 2 testosterone injections a week, and then I get 2 doses of the Clomid, and I get 2 doses of the estrogen blocker and Astrozole. So that is what my personal routine is. That has been what has really helped me turn things around. Now, it wasn't just a quick fix either, and that was evidenced by the blood work. So when I go to these clinics once a week, every 3rd visit, I get a blood draw, and that tells me where I'm at. Tells that, you know, gives you a full panel. And it was a steady climb trying to get to my target number. They want me to be right around 1,000 or 1,050. That's where they always tell me my target is. They always just say it's 1,000. And when I first started going there, you know, we were trying to get there. I was always low, you know, I was close, and then I was low, and then I'd get up there, and then for a while, you know, for 6-8 months, I was either right on target, or for some odd reason, without changing my routine at all, I would jump up to like 1,300, which has crazy side effects. Like, you feel great, when you have that much testosterone, you feel great. You know, you feel kind of like you're Superman a little bit. But, you know, with me, I got terrible breakouts. Like I'm talking all over my arms, my chest, my face. Just the breakouts are just, oh my gosh, they're unreal. So, you know, then obviously when you're up that high, it's not good for your body either. So they got to adjust you back down. That's another reason why I like going to the clinic once a week, because, you know, we can adjust things as needed. And, you know, you drop back down, you know, your blood draw then puts you right at 1,000, because they adjusted my schedule, right? And everything is going great. And, you know, a couple blood draws later, I'm tanked. I'm down like 300-400 points. And this is just what happens with me. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense at all. They're still trying to figure it out, you know, why I keep having to go up and down in my dosage. But it's just one of those things, you know, my body just acts weird, I guess, when it comes to the testosterone treatment. But, you know, I feel like I'm in a really good place when it comes to treatment. I'm at a good clinic. They can adjust me as needed, and I can get to my target. If I'm starting to go up, I can adjust down. You know, everything seems like it's finally balancing out, and I feel pretty good about it. So that's why I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on my treatment. I'm hoping that this helps some of you. If you're thinking that you might be deficient, or you know that you are, this is a hereditary thing for me. My granddad lost it in his early 20s. My brother actually just found out the other day that he's got some low testosterone as well. So I'm not sure what's causing it for all these people, but I'm not trying to focus on that. I'm just trying to focus on how I feel, and then talking about it to anyone else that maybe needs a little bit of support. So there is hope out there if you have it. I also want to say, though, don't automatically assume you have it. That's another thing I get asked a lot. You know, I have this. Do you think I have it? Do you think you can't tell. You need to go talk. I'm a nobody from Nebraska. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose you, nor would I want to. What I can tell you, though, is if you're concerned, go have a conversation with your doctor. You know, go get a blood test. It's always good to bring up your concerns with your doctor. I think that's sound advice. You know, just have a conversation, but also know that if you are experiencing it, there's a lot of myths out there about people that are testosterone deficient. There's a lot of things that, like we already talked about, people believe about it. Not all that's true. It's not all true. It doesn't have to apply to you. And there is someone out there that knows what you're going through. So that's all I got for today. This video already went on minutes past what I really wanted it to, but thank you so much for sitting through it. If you do have any questions about my treatment, or, you know, what I'm doing, what I've seen, you know, weight loss, whatever, throw them down in the comments section. I'll be happy to answer what I can or give you my opinion. I really appreciate you guys sticking with the channel too. If you haven't yet subscribed, once again, please consider doing that. That really helps keep things going over here on the channel, keeps the videos pumping out. So make sure you do that for me. That's a big deal. I got a lot of cool things coming. A very, very big project that I've been working on for the past year is coming your way. And I seriously cannot wait to share that with you. It's so hard to keep a mouth shut sometimes. But you know, that's the nature of the game. Sometimes you got to keep secrets until they're ready to go. And it's an exciting time when they're ready to go. And that time will be very soon. So I'm going to jump off now, get back to work on my other things. You guys stay healthy, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.